And it's the Candid Athletic Training Podcast.
Hello, hello, hello.
See, it's that easy, Savannah.
Savannah, if you want to
That's
just
all it was.
say a little something over here.
We're coming to you from Brew Fitness in Milwaukee.
Brew Fitness MKE.
It's our third home now. Second home.
What are you working with there? 45s and all sorts of stuff.
Savannah's just walking around carrying plates of heavy things.
If you ever
showing
seen,
off.
If you ever seen pumping iron, that's what's going on right now.
Based on Savannah's life. It's no big deal.
Have you seen pumping iron?
Yeah.
I love it.
Many times,
It's like actually my favorite documentary, I think.
It's very fun documentary. I think that man, as in Arnold Schwarzenegger, is very, very interesting. I've said it before on the podcast. I love listening to him talk.
He would be on my, you have your, if you had one meal, like a table.
Arnold's on that meal?
Yes.
Wow.
Arnold is on my table. Like
That's
if you have
pretty
like 4 people that you get to like just have a conversation with over a dinner.
Have you ever told him that?
No, but
Oh.
Arnold's on my short list.
Oh.
100%.
He's on my shit list.
He's got
I'm
the
just kidding.
he's got the bodybuilding, he's got the acting, he's got I don't necessarily care about politics, but I think it would be interesting to get perspective. I mean, that man has experiences.
That man was not born in this country and moved here and made quite the success out of himself.
All right, I'm gonna I don't know if I've told you this story.
I think I have. Best Arnold impersonation of all time.
I'll
Second
be
to Savannah.
back. No. I don't know if
That
I've
was
told you
pretty
this
bad.
off. No, that's not, has nothing to do with it.
Get to the chopper.
So my father,
Your father.
Rick.
Mm-hmm.
God
What we got, Rick?
bless that man. But he has said some things
Mm-hmm.
that I cannot believe.
Okay.
One of the things he
I don't know where
said
you're
is
going
that
with
he
this, but all right.
played a football game against Arnold Schwarzenegger and knocked him out. And I called BS. I said, Dad, when you were in college, Arnold was not
In college?
in the United States.
Oh.
He's like, oh, he came over. And now he did attend.
How old's your dad?
My dad will turn 72 the day after your wedding.
Oh. Wow.
So next month.
72. Okay. And Arnold Schwarzenegger is 73.
Now, he said Arnold came over and he went to a Wisconsin state school, which I think is true.
Is it
But he
really?
did not play football. My dad did not knock out Arnold Schwarzenegger in a football game. I've called BS on that. It's one of my favorite things. My dad has several things that I'll just kind of poke and prod him with, and that's one that I always do. You're frantically searching
Frantically.
Wikipedia, or if my dad says something, we call it Rickipedia.
Wikipedia.
Anyways,
Yeah, keep going. What show is this?
this is the Candid Athletic Training Podcast.
Where we talk all things Arnold Schwarzenegger.
So, do you have...
Spell it real quick.
No.
It's not as hard as it seems. Schwarzenegger.
Everyone on the live stream, hello. Thank you for joining us. If you're not on the live stream and you're hearing this a week later, thank
Yeah.
you for joining us.
Appreciate it.
Get yourself a membership so you can join the rest of these fun folk on the live stream.
Anything going on in that? Oh, hey.
So the memberships are important now. Get yourself a
are.
Candid Athletic Training membership. One, so you can join the live streams. You can jump on with all these fun people that interact. We've built a little small community, and it grows every week. Also, if you get yourself a membership, anytime between now and going forward, we are getting you the best deals on products and services that we can. Confirmed. $175 off. MedBridge. A yearly subscription. $175 off.
That's a lot.
Master Dry Needling. Confirmed. $75 off any dry needling course.
Yeah.
That's, if you just take those two, that's $250 in coupon.
Unbelievable.
For a membership that you can get as low as $25.
That's unbelievable.
That's what we call tenfold. Yeah.
Wow.
Plus, we have a deal with coupons.com. You're going to be able to get coupons, just random coupons throughout. And I think we said 10% last week.
Oh, but we were wrong.
We're getting you 15% off any purchase that you want to make at bulletproof.com, which is a health food company, and it's not a vest, Nate. It's not a Kevlar vest.
It is not.
Nate keeps asking about the Kevlar vests. Do you think as an athletic trainer you would ever wear one?
I hope I would never have to.
Right?
But I would in a heartbeat. Because I would feel like a badass wearing a Kevlar vest.
Yeah.
Although it'd get heavy after a while, I think. I don't envy police officers and people in the military that have to wear those things all day. It's got to be annoying as hell.
Yeah.
Or gangsters that do it too.
Gangsta.
So are you going to answer whether or not Rick Cox is your dad?
Rick Cox is...
All you said is Rick, my dad Rick.
Yep. Nope.
Rick Cox is definitely your dad. He's all of our dads.
Chuck Norris. All-knowing. So yeah, this is the Candid Athletic Training podcast. We have fun conversations about athletic training.
We're here at the Brew Fitness here in Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm.
This is where we tend to work out. And you know what? We could not do this without our good friends at Healthy Roster. HealthyRoster.com.
Yep.
Where all athletic trainers can get a pretty amazing EMR service. I think they're pretty great.
Yeah, you have to check them out at HealthyRoster.com.
You use them personally. I know you have lots of stories of how much it's made your life easier. But if you are in the market for a new EMR, or your school is, or your hospital system, or your clinic, give those folks a call. Dan and everybody over there would love to talk you through anything, answer any questions. They are run by a lot of athletic trainers.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. And that's going to come into play a little bit later as well.
And so they understand the questions that you're asking. They have tried to anticipate all of them, but obviously are always looking for more feedback on their systems. And yeah, check them out. HealthyRoster.com.
Rick says he'll be everyone's dad. That's fine. It's just
act like he's not everybody's dad at his school.
It's just clutch.
He has to be. It's like, hey, I'm going to need you to go get treatment. Like, okay, I'm going to come see you later. Well, you're going to have to work out later. Well, I'm going to come see you later. The guy's everywhere. He's just taking care of all things. All things.
He's a hero.
Great. He is.
So tonight's show, we have a nice little discussion on how active athletic training is with our top 5. We have a friend or foe real life situation from this weekend that I want to get inside of. We're going to visit. We're going to visit. I want to be on you. That's from, that's Anchorman. I was confusing it with Suck Me Beautiful from American Pie.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, those are two different things.
Yeah. We've got an FMK regarding masks.
Yes, we do.
We are calling the last second audible on fictional athletic trainer tonight.
Yeah, we are.
And then we have a fun feature topic for you as well regarding kits.
Love it.
So,
you want to move on? You want to get going?
Let's do a show.
Make this show rock.
What's a Madon?
What's a Madon?
A Monadot. Monadnock.
We're
going to add that to the... Yeah, Mount. Ed's going to have to explain that one.
Onomatopoeia.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I also saw that Ed got his
gear.
His gear, so that's good too.
Yep. Well, very good, very good. I was thinking about the fat bracket today, how much I can't wait for the next one.
Do you feel a little pressure to come up with some more interesting fat like characters, I guess, or fat challengers is a good way, so that it doesn't end up being a Marvel Final Four next year?
Yep.
Me too.
A little bit. Well, no, I just want to have the best conversations. I want to have the most fun conversations because this is episode 122. We dabbled with a few different style shows here, so we've probably done 115 of these things. And every week I still want to put out the best fat. I love the conversation, and it sounds stupid because we're like, oh, who makes a better athletic trainer? So-and-so or so-and-so. But yet it always brings me back to what's important about the job, and that's why we do it.
I think second to the topic, we've probably gone on more rant. Oh, I don't know. Maybe not more rants than any other segment, But I do feel like it embodies a little bit of why we wanted to talk about what we talk about on the podcast.
Yeah.
Because there's athletic training, it needs to be a profession that people talk about in a different light so that they understand it more, right?
Just talk about athletic training general.
Should we get into the fat right away? I mean,
Sure.
Are you that excited about it?
Yeah, we can do that. Here, I just have to hit this button first.
Oh, hit it.
Boom.
Ooh. Wow.
Graphics.
What a graphic. Wow.
Get yourself a membership so you can see these fantastic graphics I put together. Or just go to YouTube at Candid Athletic Training. You can watch it just a week later. So we were going to do Arrested Development. We're going to table that till next week.
They didn't need to know that.
Yeah, but I'm an oversharer. That's what I do. That's my role on this team. Overshare. Give you a little behind the scenes, like those guys over there.
Those guys over there. They're the
Behind
ones
the
that share
scenes.
everything.
On the show. But we just realized we're recording this on May 3rd, which means tomorrow is May the 4th.
May the 4th.
And we can't go a year without May the 4th being a Star Wars related fat. So we're gonna do May the 4th be with you tomorrow.
Tomorrow. I think, and we're doing 2 characters that I can't believe we haven't done.
No.
And then 2, I mean, they're main characters of the Star Wars franchise.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be a fun debate.
Yes. I know, Nate, we're going to get there. You just got to wait. Sorry, let's recap last week. We had our Falcon Winter Soldier debate last week on last episode, 121. We put it on social media, Candid_ATC. Thank you for following and subscribing and doing all those things. We love the interaction on our social media. So if you are on social media or you're thinking about social media, definitely give us a follow. We try to interact with the people as much as we can. We asked them who would be better, Falcon Winter Soldier, and it was 71%. 71% Falcon would make a better athletic trainer. Winter Soldier, 29%. Now, there were some really, I think, good arguments for Winter Soldier, but that's just the way it played out. Anyways.
As we said, very, very much becoming...
They'll probably both be in the finals next year.
Yeah, they probably will. Both of them are very much becoming 2 of my more favorite Marvel characters.
Absolutely. So let's go back to Star Wars. May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you.
When you think about Star Wars, you can't not think about Darth Vader.
You cannot not think about it. I don't know how to say that.
Yeah. So we haven't done Darth Vader. Could you imagine going through a day talking like that?
Okay.
Or being an athlete and hearing that all day?
There's a good FMK in there somewhere.
Yeah.
FMK talking like Darth Vader.
Hannah Chun's never seen a single second of Star Wars.
Okay. Well, that's fine.
Wow. That's okay. So you're going to just tune out.
Yep.
Just like you do when we do comic book characters. I'm sorry, Hannah. And the other character that's been in at least 6 of the movies, right? 5 of the movies?
Well, the first 3, right?
Yeah.
And then I guess 2 of them.
And Rogue One. 6?
I can't remember.
Princess Leia.
Sorry to keep you waiting for that long.
So where do you want to start? You want to go Darth Vader here?
Go Darth Vader.
I mean, obviously all sorts of force capabilities.
Force capabilities.
I don't know where you'd start with the force choke.
I mean,
how could you not use that almost
pressure
every
on
day?
a wound? I was thinking about like a good way, not to kill my athletes, but I would like to help my athletes sometimes.
Punishment. Would that be the equivalent of like oxygen deprivation mask?
No.
Try doing this exercise.
Not breathing.
Yeah.
Not only can you not get enough oxygen, you can't get any.
Zach wants us to clarify just Darth Vader or Anakin as well. I'm saying just Darth Vader.
Okay.
Because Anakin, no offense, I think he kind of sucked.
He was a whiny little...
Yeah, he was Luke Skywalker 2.0.
Exactly. Well, original, we should say.
0.5.
Why do you think Luke is the way he is?
Yeah, you're right.
Got bad genes. Is Princess Leia.
Okay.
She's kind of a badass.
So we got the force choke.
We got a force choke.
How about just being able to move objects with your hand? That's pretty legit.
Yep.
That's going to help.
What do you think about the idea of just always having a shield in front of your face? Nobody can ever see what your face is doing. I kind of like that. You could have the most sarcastic. Well, you know what? If you did have a sarcastic look on your face, nobody would be able to see it.
Yeah.
And that would be a bad thing in my world. I want somebody to see it.
I'm not sure.
You listen to me through my eyes.
Through my eyes.
I mean, seriously, but how about talking in that voice all day? What if everything you said, you had to, like, there was just that. You had to live off of this box, like, that was giving you life. Is that okay?
That's what I'm doing right now. Just kidding. I mean, it's gonna be tough. It's actually gonna be tough for the healthy roster. Talk to note, whatever you want to call it, dictation.
Yeah.
Do you think that comes in there? That
I think you would need a very special person to, translate
dictate?
that. Yeah. What about like the fact that he's part like robot, basically? Is that a bad thing? Is that a good thing? I don't know.
I think it's good.
Okay.
I think it's going to
stay on his feet for a long time.
Yeah, it's just not gonna. Okay, how about that? He's
a big
premonition. He's got premonition.
That's
like
true.
he can sense things happening. Like, oh, that jackass athlete walked back into my athletic training room. Something happened again. I think that means something. Then again, Leia has that too.
She does.
She's force sensitive. She doesn't have the force specifically, but force sensitive.
But I mean, I wish you would have learned it earlier.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been a lot more powerful as a character.
Yeah.
And maybe more effective as a young athletic trainer.
All right, Darth Vader's no joke. People won't mess with him. I think
Nope.
there's something to that.
I think there's definitely something there.
Like,
You're
look,
not.
these are the exercises you're doing. Go do them, or you are going to get force choked.
And is he really ever asking for anything other than just listen to me?
No.
Just listen to me. If you listen to me, everything's fine.
Just a
Right?
little bit of respect.
Whether it is his superiors or his athletes, just listen to me.
If you can't respect Darth Vader,
Who can you?
any athletic trainer, yeah.
How about wearing black all the time, though?
Fine with it.
Really?
I had to do it for 5 years.
Wow. I could, no.
I'm fine with it.
When I was in the Deep South,
Well, Johnny Cash.
Man in Black.
Men in Black, yeah. I mean, there's plenty of it out there. Just a nice,
I don't think
clean.
it would work.
Okay, you know what? Here we go. He's got a helmet. He's fine in the rain, even though he is part robot. Well, shoot. No, I don't know. Do you think the helmet is he leak proof?
I mean, I would imagine for the most part that helmet is not going to allow any rain inside.
Okay, so he's okay.
He's always wearing he's wearing like a suit.
All right. Biggest question.
What about the
is
cape?
The bath. I was going to say, what about the bathroom breaks? Does he just go?
That's a very interesting question. We might have to get
Clarification.
Mr. Lucas on the horn. Did you install any kind of bags that will automatically make you, you just got to empty at the end of the night? I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so you asked about the cape.
He's a good. Okay, so the cape. He's a pilot. I mean, he can drive.
Yep.
I don't know if that helps athletic training.
Really calm under pressure.
Okay.
Can't be rattled. And
He
you know
doesn't
what?
really ever get
Okay, how about
rattled,
this?
right?
End of the day, he made the right decision. It
End of
took
the
a
day, he did.
long time.
Yep.
He's comfortable cutting off people's arms.
He is.
So if he needs to do some wound care or something, something needs to get done, he's going to do it.
Okay. What about our other contestant?
Princess Leia, force sensitive. So she's got all those premonitions, those feelings. She's more the motivator, the motivational speaker. She rallies the troops. So I think she's going to inspire.
Sure.
She's going to get you to do your rehab effectively. She's not necessarily, I guess, can see the short game and the long game.
Mm-hmm.
She's not a pilot, so she can't do that.
No.
She didn't freeze in space for some reason. So I don't know. Put her in a
Because of the
cryo
Force.
chamber. Maybe she's anti-ice person. I don't know.
Maybe she's so warm. She's so warm that the ice can't touch her.
Oh man.
She's a rebel.
Yeah.
So
Stands up for what's right.
Is that a good thing in athletic training, being a rebel? Or do it?
No, I think it's great.
We need athletic
I know. I
trainers
think that's what we're missing.
Okay. Need a few more people to stand up and say something, huh? Huh?
Be more candid.
More candid.
Just have real talk. I think she's going to be good. I think they're both going to be okay.
I think that's what's making this conversation good.
People keep talking about the lightsaber on
lightsabers. Yeah. I mean, like it's true. The lightsaber is a useful.
Could use it in rehab. Could use it in wound care. Could use it. I mean, it might be multi-purpose.
Maybe. I wonder if you could tone it down a little bit and stop some bleeding or something, cauterize something real quick.
Yeah, that's what Abby just said.
Oh.
The lightsaber could cauterize a wound.
Hey, but you got to just touch it.
Hand-eye coordination of Darth Vader using that thing.
Pretty good.
Not quite as good as Darth Maul.
No, I don't know.
So I think
not many people other than Yoda, nobody was.
He could tape an ankle.
He could definitely tape. Well, I don't know. Like how much dexterity do you think he really has
in the gloves?
Yeah,
I think he's all right.
Still good.
Yeah. Okay. How about Leia in the first movie?
Yeah.
In the trash compactor, she's just not. She's not
Okay.
a really. She's a roll up the sleeves. Hey, I'm a princess, but don't call me princess kind of princess.
Of course she is. And she has no problem talking to the boys about, hey,
yeah,
listen to me here, which I think is good. Even Chewie listened to her.
Yeah. Just very respected.
That's a good way to put it. Very respected. I think she's got a solid case here. What do you think? What do you got?
I'm deciding between the ability for Darth Vader to be able to move objects with his hand and mind versus the personality here. That's where I'm stuck.
The leadership.
Yeah. I'm going to go Leia. I think Leia will get it done. I think she's going to be a more well-rounded athletic trainer. Vader just doesn't play well with others, so he'd have to be at a high school by himself. I think Leia could be at any setting. So I'm gonna say that.
And I'm gonna go Darth Vader.
Mm-hmm.
I only because I think ultimately at the end of the day he makes the right decision. He didn't really make too many bad decisions as Darth Vader. Like he made some bad decisions earlier in his life when he was Anakin, but he made less bad decisions when he was Darth Vader to me. Like he only really killed people when they were like, you know what?
Insubordinate?
You are totally insubordinate right now. I'm going to kill you. And I find that okay as an athletic trainer. You're not listening to me. That's it. You're dead.
You're dead to me. Oh, that's funny.
why I want that.
All right. So you're going Vader. We'll put it up on social media. I got to, we're going to do this.
I'll tell you what. That's a good point, Abby.
Vader versus...
She would get excellent compliance. Princess Leia would never have any problem having everybody fill out all their forms.
Paperwork.
Because she would just kind of look at them like, it'd be really great if you could fill this out for me. And they'd be like, oh, gosh, I should really fill this out.
All right. Where are we going now?
Oh, wherever, man. Let's do it. Top 5.
All right.
You're excited about this top 5.
I think we're going to have some interesting side discussions here. Kevin, first off, thank you to all the athletic trainers who completed the survey we just sent out on social media. We have gotten our 100 responses, and so it's back. This week we asked the question: estimate the number of minutes that you spend sitting or seated in a workday.
You know what's funny is I often say when you're seated, like I always mix up seating and sitting, and see, I just did it. Sitting, seated, and yeah. I always mix them up.
What do you mean mix them up?
Like I always like
Sitting
combine
is
them
the
somehow.
act.
Like
Seated is the
like-
past tense.
something. Yeah. Yes.
Are you saying I sitted?
Yeah.
Do you say sitted?
when you're seated, I'll say that because I'll talk about posture with people a lot, and like when you're seated, I mean sitting. I do it all the time.
Interesting.
I don't know why. It's very weird to me. Anyway,
Get yourself some Starburst gummy sour.
pretty good.
Everyone, this is my new fave.
Pretty good. Anyway,
All right. What do
I'm
you got
gonna go.
here?
The amount of minutes sitting down in a day as an athletic trainer.
Yeah, we had an FMK sitting, standing, kneeling.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what spurred this question, and you said you never sit, so your answers are going to be way low.
Well, I don't sit while treating. I'll sit at other times.
Okay.
And so that's what I went off of. And so I put 30 minutes, 75 minutes, 120 minutes, 3 minutes, 240 minutes. That would be, I think,
Yep, I got you. That was
4
5
hours, something like that.
Yeah. All right. In 5th place this week, 6 athletic trainers said they sit for 90 minutes a day.
90 minutes a day.
An hour and a half.
Do you think that's just notes? I think it's just notes. Keep going.
I don't know. In 4th place, 7 athletic trainers said they sit for 240 minutes a day.
Love it.
You got that one.
I did.
In 3rd place, 8 athletic trainers said they sit for approximately 360
Whoa.
minutes a day.
6 hours out of your day.
6 hours.
Dang.
In 2nd place, 9 responses. 9 people said they sit for 60 minutes a day. And then in 1st place, with 20 responses, 120 minutes per day. Which you said.
120.
So you
I
got
did say
120, you got 240.
2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours. Wow.
Yeah.
What do you think? How many
For me,
minutes?
I think I sit a lot more than I want to.
Because you're sitting during the game.
I don't sit much during the game.
Okay.
During the game, I sit more before the game, watching the batting practice.
Sure.
I would say that's probably not true. Well, game days, if a game day is 8 to 10 hours, I'm probably sitting for, I guess, 2 to 3 hours. I sit more on practice days, I think.
I'd imagine.
So I'm guessing I'm probably
Not much
around that. I'm probably around that
infield's going on.
240.
I believe it.
I bet you that 4 hours, half my day, work day is sitting.
Well, and I think
I'll do treatment sitting, which you don't.
I don't. I think what's tough is to think about when you're okay. So, like, say you're a basketball athletic trainer, and you have to sit during the game.
Required.
It's like literally required. You're sitting in this chair
That's
right
a really
here,
interesting point.
and you are not moving. Are you working? And therefore, you're like, no, I ain't sitting on the job.
That's a really interesting
I
point.
wonder if people took that into account. I think some people did.
Some have to sit and some don't. It's so silly.
Yeah. Very strange.
I feel like if I'm sitting, I'm more likely to fall asleep.
I did not like sitting in
I'm
the
like,
dugout.
oh my God.
The only time I liked sitting in the dugout is when, like, I got into some nerd geeky session of talking about something, whether it was Marvel characters or something athletic training related with somebody.
Yeah.
Then I liked sitting there and like having that discussion because I could talk and survey the field, or I liked hanging on the rail and having that conversation because then there was nothing blocking my view.
You're a lean over the rail kind of guy?
I mean, well, in the minor leagues, that's really all we had.
You weren't allowed in the major leagues, were you? To jump, like, be up on the rail, or no? Is that a rule?
I could be on the rail. Yeah.
You could?
Yeah. I usually didn't, though, because most of the guys were up there.
Yeah.
And so they were just in the way. And so
Which is the worst?
I would actually, so most major league dugouts have these like steps to go to the field. So I would just do the old, like, put one foot on a step and lean and watch the field.
It's usually what I
and
do.
try to have like good vision. In the minor leagues, though, it was always just, it was kind of like, I don't know what your dugout looks like now, but at the Hank, you know, it's just a little fence and you're in a above ground dugout. Like
stuck.
That's how
in a bunker.
Most like minor league ones are not necessarily above ground, but there's not a lot of seating at the fence or at the
none.
Yeah. And so there's a lot of hanging on the fence.
It's interesting because we talk about being a healthcare professional and being active and being involved in sport and exercise, but yet you can, some of the answers are we're not as active as we think we are.
I don't think we go through these little spurts of like we're on our feet for a long time. And then like our job is physically demanding, but it's not like we're walking, 100 meters at a time back and forth or walking the hallways of a hospital over and over and over and over and over again.
Well, there's times where I feel like it's like hurry up to wait. Like you got 45 minutes of frantic activity to sit and do nothing for 2 hours. And then you got another 45 minutes of really busy time before the next lull.
I feel like in my old profession, I walked a lot only because everything was very far from everything, right? So I walked to get to the dugout from the athletic training room. It was a decent ways, even though it was our home dugout. Like it's still far away. Walking out during batting practice, it's far. But now, as an athletic trainer in a smaller clinic, I don't walk ever. Like I walk from my room, like maybe 35, 40 feet to the room I'm treating somebody, and then I walk back to my seat, and then I go back to the room, and I go back to my seat, and I go back to. I don't walk almost at all.
I think I would dislike that part of it. I
Definitely.
like the breaks. I like to break it up by doing something.
No, trust me, every once in a while I'm a little like, man, I wish I was just walking a kit out to a field.
Yeah.
And like just get to watch batting practice or just get to watch, my team do infield drills. Like at the time, it was like, God,
again?
Doing this again, huh? Yeah, sweet. It's always grass is always greener, but at the same time, I do miss that. Like, I guarantee you, if I had a step counter on me, I wouldn't hit my 10,000 steps while I was at work, where I think a lot of people would. Like, so I think the athletic training world, there's just differences with it.
Oh, we did that as a top 5. How many steps do you take in a day? Which probably correlates to the rest of the day.
So I would think so.
Good call.
If I think about my high school that I went to, the athletic training room was literally like it was in the gym.
Yeah.
And the athletic trainer they posted right there all day long. Like they didn't even like go down to the field for whatever practice, softball practice or anything. They just posted up in the athletic training room. And I think they weren't getting their steps in, that's for sure. Like, but I think other people do. Everybody's different.
I think when I first walk in, I've got a list of things I want to get done. And so I think I take a bunch of steps right away. Like my first hour is just getting everything set up.
Right.
And then all of a sudden I have like probably from 9 to 9:30ish to 11 o'clock, like a 90-minute lull where I'm probably sitting in most of that 90 minutes. And then I'm driving in my car, so technically I'm sitting.
Yeah.
And then during practice, it's probably 50-50. And then I get back to the athletic training room and I'm doing treatments, some of which I'm sitting. I don't know. That's a really interesting question.
You know when I didn't sit a lot at all was spring training.
No.
Because that was a lot of like walking to fields, like very far away.
Yeah.
And like every once in a while being able to take the cart, but not always. Oof.
So what do you think?
A lot of steps in spring training.
What do you think the lowest and the highest number of minutes
sitting
that were
I think
answered?
Lowest,
yeah.
Somebody said I never sit. I guarantee it.
There was 1 0.
Yeah.
Yep. There was also a 2.
The most?
Oh, and a 1. Yeah, what do you think the most hours or minutes sitting in your workday?
Well, it definitely wasn't 360. I'm going to say, I don't know. Well, let's go.
Let me just,
Yeah.
I'll just tell you this. I'll give you a hint here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did they do math
there was
very
1,
poorly?
2, 3, 4 answers higher than 360.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to say 480. I'm thinking all like just 8 hours of sitting.
So somebody said 550.
Ooh. Okay.
Somebody said 380.
Okay.
Somebody said 399.
$3.99. Free 99.
You've all overbid. And then somebody said 900 minutes of sitting.
900 minutes of a day.
Which is
900 minutes.
15 hours
15.
straight sitting. What do you think
Do they think
the saddle sores are on that one?
Do you think they were including their time at home?
I hope so. I think they were. Or sleeping.
Yeah. Oof.
Saddle sores.
They sleep sitting up?
Your sits bones are friggin' locked.
Salad. You just say salators? What'd you just say?
Saddle sores.
Saddle sores. I thought you said salators. I'm like, I don't know that term.
Saddle sores.
Saddle sores. You would have a sore butt. That's for sure.
100%.
100%.
Rick said he only had to sit during a basketball game one time. It's because the ref made me do it.
I don't see Rick ever sitting down. He maybe said 2.
You don't get quads like that from sitting.
Well, that's what I'm thinking that the only time he sits, he does something. He's doing bicep curls, doing shoulder press.
Isometric bicep hold.
He's doing
while
something.
I'm sitting.
I guarantee it. Or he's reading some book. I give him that too.
Leadership.
But you know what? I don't see him reading a book sitting down. I see him reading while running. That's what he does.
I just find it a really interesting concept, this whole how active and how physically demanding this profession can be.
Mm-hmm.
But is it? I'm not 100% sure. There's times where I think it is a very physically demanding profession, and other times I'm like, not really. I can't make up my mind.
I will say there are times when, like, I'm sweating my ass off because I'm working, like, constantly treating people. Now, I've talked about in the past, like, a very hands-on clinician now and in the past. Particularly in the past, I mean, there would be times, like, legitimately, I'm dripping sweat because I'm working on so many people in a row and working hard. And I think I definitely used to burn a hell of a lot of calories while working. But I think it had more to do with the physical act of doing treatment than just like moving, like just walking from place to place.
Rick just said he's standing right now watching the show.
You know what? I always think about, like, sometimes I want to do the podcast standing. Like, I really do.
Let's try it.
Next
week we will.
Next week we'll stand. We just got to figure out. We got to figure out these microphone booms.
We just hold the microphone.
Yeah, just hold it.
All right,
be good. What do you got?
Good talk. Let's do friend or foe.
Great talk, friend or foe. Wow.
Woo. All right. This week, we asked the people on social media.
What'd they say?
Athletes doing treatment on other athletes.
Friend or foe?
Friend or foe. Here's what we got. We can put that up. Friend, 17%. Foe, 83%.
So it was close, is what you're saying.
Not at all. Dylan said, yeah, why not, as long as there's nothing that's going to hurt the person they're treating.
So Dylan's on the 17% side.
And wow. Matt Shearer said, totally agree. Massage gun, stretching, anything else that won't cause harm, I let my athletes do to each other. Sarah said, depends, helping wrap ice bags on, holding a band, being rehab buddies, definitely stretching or other more in-depth things, not as much. And Geeky Athletic Trainer said, exactly, I love showing athletes how to do certain treatments. A few years ago, we did a small session on this is how you do gentle but effective massage. One athlete said he was going to go home and practice on his mom because she deserved it.
Oh, that's what she said.
It was pretty damn precious. So 83% of the people said foe, though. What says you, Kevin?
I mean, instantly you should like my first thought is faux, right? That's why I think that's why the poll itself is so polarizing to the
Slanted.
faux, but the comments are actually more for the friend, because if you think about it for a little bit, I mean, if you can get your athletes to use a DMS or a Theragun or something else on each other for these silly things that, like, you can't. Can you name one way other than, like, I'm gonna use this Theragun right at your eye, like that, like you're, or like I'm just gonna aim this right at your testicle, and like we're gonna see what happens.
But it's
Is there any way
guaranteed.
to,
Working in a college setting, I get that question every day.
I know.
What would
but
happen if I did this on my jugular or my nutsack? Or
It would hurt.
yeah,
It's
go
not
for
gonna
it.
kill you. It's gonna hurt. So, what would be the worst thing about your athletes using the Theraguns on each other's hamstrings or their backs? Like, it's not the worst thing in the entire world. In fact, it takes some of the bullshit off your hands. Now, I think you brought up something, and then why we're doing this, friend or foe.
Yeah, you want me to?
Why?
You want me to
Yeah,
break it
you
down?
tell me.
So I got to the field.
You walk in.
Mm-hmm. So I had games over the weekend at our home field, where the locker room is attached to the athletic training room, and it's not locked. I had left my kit overnight because I didn't want to put it in my car, take it home, bring it back.
Yeah, why not?
So my kit was available to the entire locker room. Some of the players got there before I did, and I found out, well, they told me one of the players taped one of the other players' ankle. And I was like, hope you don't get a blister. I mean, a little part of me was like, well, that's probably stupid. But what are you going to do? Do I want to cut it off and retape it? You're going to learn the hard way.
Okay.
Sometimes tough love is still love.
How'd it go? Like,
he said it felt great.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, it felt good. And
where did this athlete learn how to tape an ankle? Just by getting their ankle tapes off?
I think yep.
Okay.
I think he's had it done to himself enough.
I mean, I think there's enough athletes out there that have attempted to tape their own ankles, or they've had to tape their teammates' ankles on their club volleyball team or whatever it is.
Coaches tape or parents tape or whatever.
It's not the hardest thing in the world.
So I was just like, that's where this whole question came from. Is that a friend or foe? It saved me 90 seconds out of my day, but
90 seconds, huh? All right.
To tape an ankle?
Yeah.
All right, maybe
you're still certified.
Yeah. As Ed says here, it's a huge foe. If athlete gets hurt receiving treatment from teammate, it's your license and certification. Which is true. Which is why I think it's not. Do you do an ultrasound? Can you let an athlete do an ultrasound on another athlete? Man, I don't know.
That I wouldn't. Maybe if it was not 100%.
I mean, there's obviously going to be treatments that are you don't care, and there's going to be treatments that you should never allow an athlete to do.
Absolutely. And I do think
you just have to use common freaking sense.
I do think taping an athlete, like, other than maybe
wrist,
like a simple just wrist tape where you just put a couple, baseball player, like, I just want my veins popping out in my forearms kind of wrist tape.
Show tape.
But if you're taping an ankle or you're actually taping for a legit purpose, my biggest fear would be this. Not that, like, my athlete is going to come to me and be like, oh my God, I'm more hurt than I was before. It's that 45 minutes later in the middle of practice, the athlete's going to come up to you and be like, I can't feel my foot.
Yep.
And then therefore you're going to be like, well, now I have to cut it off and now I have to redo it anyways. But if we didn't do this in the first place, we wouldn't be in this situation, right?
Yep.
So I do think that is where I would have the issue. Not even, there are now Ed is right. The one time, all it takes is one time for somebody to get messed up because an athlete did a treatment. And if you purposely allowed it, then, I mean, it's kind of on you.
So I have athletes that stretch each other, stretch their hamstring. They have this whole lower extremity stretch routine that they learned in summer ball, and I don't care if you want to stretch each other.
I
out.
like that.
If you want to go wrestle in the grass, fine, go do it. I don't care.
I want to wrestle in the grass.
Yeah,
go for it. I encourage that. I encourage the idea that
partner stretching.
Yeah, why not?
It could go too far.
Nah, I couldn't. How could it go too far? They're already injured if it went too far, right? I mean, like,
I'm just saying anything is possible here.
Sure.
There's always going to be a scenario where something could go wrong, which is why it could always be a foe.
Well, I think, but then you would have to walk
Common
around.
sense says
you would literally just have to walk around and be like, hey, when you walk somewhere, I have to walk in front of you so you don't get hurt. I have to open this door so you don't touch the door. I'm going to have to walk you through. You know what? In fact, everything you do, when you throw a ball, I'm going to have to stand there right next to you and make sure you don't do it too hard. Because otherwise, what are we doing? I mean,
what are we doing is the $1 million question.
I think it's like, I think doing partner stretches, that is a voluntary action like that you should be doing.
Passive modalities need to go away in general, which is where I think most of the foe is in the ultrasound. And
ultrasound would suck. I mean, you could create some tissue damage if you held it in one spot too long. And like, I mean, I've seen it where somebody's like, "Ooh, that's getting hot," and like, I don't know, if you fuck around, and you're gonna be on the ground. But like stim and things like that, like the plain and simple, the argument of that it's a foe is that they're going to do it wrong at some point and it's going to create more work for you.
Yeah.
You're not going to hurt somebody when you're trying to hook up, stim on somebody's shoulder.
Well, just think about like,
you crank it up too high?
We're in the Mark Pro, the Compex, all those. I mean, all these devices are being made for the athlete to use on themselves at home anyways. So is it the FDA, the FAA, who regulates all this shit?
It's not the FAA. They're in charge of whether or not you can go fly somewhere.
The FBI. So all this stuff is deemed safe by somebody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
I mean, how many athletes already have TENS units at home? How many athletes already have, say, Normatex at home or their own little? I mean, you can legitimately buy an ultrasound machine on Amazon for like $75.
Yeah.
And they buy it and they treat themselves. They buy laser systems and they buy this, they buy that. Like they just do that.
Yeah.
Because there's so many of those modalities.
I'm gonna go with the minority here. I'm gonna go friend. I just think, you know what? Don't do anything stupid.
And I would love to go that way, except I'm gonna go faux.
Oh, Jesus.
Because I don't want you to create any more work for me later. That's all.
Okay. Ed asks,
we all have choices in the world.
Ed asks, where do you find common sense, Chad? I haven't seen it in a while. Fucking man. I haven't either. So.
Not in his profession.
Yeah.
What's next? What do we got left? It's just FMK, I think, right?
Yeah, except I can't get Ed's comment off here.
Keep it on there.
FMK.
It's permanent.
Then feature topic. All right. F1 Marry One Kill. This week, I don't know why we never thought of this a long time ago, but we've been dealing with this COVID thing. Maybe you've heard of it?
COVID?
Never heard of it.
Never.
It's going on about
I barely know her.
14 months now. So let's do the mask situation here. Oh, Gators. So we're gonna FMK.
Which don't work, by the way.
Gators, disposable masks, and fabric masks.
Like so, the homemade fabric, washable. You know, although this is what I'm gonna tell everybody. One of my medical typical white and blue like disposable masks was in one of my pockets. I like washed my jeans or something.
Yeah.
I pulled it out of the dryer and I was like, dang, like this is nice and soft and clean now.
Yeah.
And so it lasted. It totally is not
stood up.
Yeah. So you wash those things in the washer. See what happens. Less of them getting thrown out on the street everywhere. I think it's definitely the new littering.
Masks.
You see them everywhere.
That's true.
Everywhere.
Yeah, just
And
hope,
you know
hope
what?
the seagulls doesn't get caught in them.
Jesus Christ. Like, I feel bad if an animal dies because they get caught in a mask.
Yeah.
But I'm more like, you're a effing asshole if you just throw your mask out, out of your cart. It's one of my, talk about pet peeves. It is right up there because there's zero reason to litter in this world. And I hate it. God, I hate it.
Good for you.
It's just laziness. That's all it is.
I agree.
Hate it. And I see it all the time. Sucks. Anyway, masks, gaiters, disposable, reusable.
Yeah.
Fabric. Okay.
What are you going to do here?
All right. So, God, if you would have talked to me at the beginning of the pandemic, the gaiter, like, I would have married that in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm. I was the same way at the beginning.
It was the easiest to just up and down. Particularly like if you, God, have you ever worn a mask and headphones, like wired headphones at the same time?
Yes.
It's very annoying.
Yeah, having the.
It's like, wait, is the mask outside the headphones or the headphone outside the mask, or one's inside, one's outside? Oh my God. So the gaiter was nice for that early. I will say this. I wear this, but it really doesn't do much. Like, literally, they've shown that these don't, like, block much. In fact, for some reason, they might even make things widen or something. I don't know. But it's the easiest, and it's the most convenient to me because I have them. Now, when I'm at work and I am interacting with humans very closely, I wear the medical ones. And
the disposables.
Yep. And this is why. I used to prefer the fabric at work because I didn't want to be going through all these medical ones. And then what I found was the fabric ones where they sucked because they would stretch out, and then washing them was a pain in the ass. Not any more than washing my own shirts, but just kind of like crap, I didn't wash my mask today. Then like it never wanted to stay on my face the right way. And so it was always off my face, and then like it just rubbed on my nose, and then my nose would like feel like weird the rest of the day. So then the medical ones, because you can just pinch it on the nose, and they're actually, to me, lighter, and I feel like more effective. And so I'm going to marry the medical, I'm going to F the gaiter, and I'm going to kill the fabric.
Okay.
For all the reasons I just said.
I'm pretty much aligned with you. I don't know if they're gonna end up that way. What did you just? Sorry, give it to me one more time.
Marry the medical or the disposable ones.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna F the gaiter.
Yeah.
Because if I just have to wear it, but I'm not really interacting with humans, like I'd rather wear this than the fabric one. And I'm gonna kill the fabric one because I just think they get stretched out. I think, or they're like too small. Not a fan of them. So I just want to get rid of them.
I'm in complete agreement with you, down to where we started. I like all those memes where we started, where we're at.
Started at the bottom.
Now we're here. I too was in love with the gaiter to begin with, and now I don't remember the last time I had a gaiter, so I'm gonna F a gaiter. Even though, have you ever F'd a gaiter before?
I try not to.
Yeah, it could be dangerous.
I hear they don't really like that,
but it's quick and easy, and that's my favorite kind. So I'll F with it. I'll marry the medical, and I will kill. I'll kill the fabric one too.
Good.
I have a couple fabric ones that, like you said, after the first couple.
Candid one. You got a Candid one.
Yeah, that's my favorite one.
Way over there.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I can't get to it. I'll just take the
you're
whole damn.
You're hooked up to everything.
I actually do like the Candid one though. Actually, it's probably that one's actually light. Most of the other I'm gonna get it. Most of the other fabric ones I have are very heavy, but this one is not.
I will say, so a couple of people have said that the the fabric ones were easier on their ears, and I find the medical ones much easier on my ears than the fabric ones. Like that would pull on my ear a little bit. My ears stick out.
No, this one
I don't need
doesn't.
any more.
This is actually great. This actually fabric one, it's got a metal clip.
Yep.
Which I love. And it is actually thinner than most of the fabrics, and it's got this is my favorite fabric one. Now, I will say it is white, so it shows a little bit
dirty.
But otherwise, I still have to kill fabric in general, but this is one that I actually do enjoy.
I mean,
should I do the rest of the show with this?
No, not at all.
What do you mean? I want to feel like Bane for a little bit.
Nobody cared about me.
When Gotham is in ashes, then you have my permission to die.
Nobody cared about me until I put the mask on.
I was born in the dark.
Oh.
All right.
Ed hates all masks because they hide his beautiful face.
Good
and
call.
that's so true, Ed.
Zach said, kill the gator, marry the cloth. It's easier on the ears. F the disposable because of the hit it and quit it vibes. I like that.
Oh.
They hit it and quit it.
Atta babe.
Rick Cox said, kill the gator, marry the reusable, F the surgical. Oh,
it's true.
Gosh, we have
I don't have to deal
we
with
have
that,
a lot
Abby.
of different ones here. So
I'm talking about glasses. I don't have to deal with that. But you know what? When I watch other people's glasses fog up because they're wearing a cloth one, it's like, holy cow, that would suck. I would hate that so much. I hate masks in general. I really do. I can't wait to never wear a mask again.
Hopefully this summer.
Can't.
Hopefully this summer. The CDC is leaning that way, so it's only a matter of time.
Let's go. Let's beat COVID.
We're almost there.
We are.
Finish strong. Let's
really close. Finish strong.
Should we go? Speaking of finishing strong.
All right.
That's what she said.
I was born in the dark.
Bane's gone.
Bane's gone.
I'm not gonna lie. I was disappointed when they announced Bane as. I know that movie was actually decent. I was just so locked into Christopher Nolan doing a Riddler.
Oh.
And having like this. Christopher Nolan would have done the best things with the Riddler. It would have been like Saw meets Batman, and it would have been so fucking epic. Imagine Saw meeting Batman. That's what Christopher Nolan would have done with the Riddler. Dark, like Edward Norton as the Riddler. Oh my God, I would have all my money. Take it, take it.
Here's all my money. Just let me see it as many times as possible. I will agree with you in that it is a shame we did not have a Riddler, a Christopher Nolan Riddler, for sure. I definitely thought that they couldn't pull off Bane,
which I think they did okay.
They did. Mm-hmm. The only thing that is, I guess, if you're, you just want to be a true comic book, like, and just very factual to the comic books, like, he's not really Bane. Like, he's not this Venom steroided out kind of dude. Like, it's totally different. But I liked the spin they put on it. No different. I mean, the Joker was obviously perfect, and you could make just some regular person be him. But even like, Crane or Ra's al Ghul. I mean, did they ever talk about the Lazarus Pit? No, but
not on Batman.
Would have been cool.
Just an arrow.
I mean, lives forever.
All right, Kevin. Who do we have to thank for our feature topic this week?
Hold on. So, as in the weeks past, Kinematic Company has brought our topic of the week to us. Kinematic Company, the creators of the Sideliner pop-up medical tent, they have an audience of athletic trainers, right? Well, what Kinematic Company does is they want to make sure you guys know that their products are designed specifically for and by athletic trainers. They strive to be the brand that is accessible to athletic trainers across the friggin' nation. If you have an idea for a product, a grievance that they can try to solve, etc., please reach out to them. They would love to hear from you. Honestly, you know what I love about Kinematic Company, Chad?
I don't, but I'm excited to hear.
What I just said. made for and by athletic trainers. I
Yeah.
think it's so cool that athletic trainers have created a product that athletic trainers use, and they're being very successful. They talk to athletic trainers all the time, and they know that in order to be not only a successful company, but then also help their fellow athletic trainers, they need to listen to other athletic trainers.
Well, I was talking to Morgan from Kinematic Company. I'm going to throw that graphic up
Throw
one
it up
more
there.
time. www.kinematicccompany.com. And I was on the phone with Morgan, who's in charge of their marketing department, and that's who kind of found us. I think, two things. First off, last week we were asking about, can you make s'mores in the tent? She said they are working on a fireproof version, but they don't have one yet.
All right.
She said if
No
that's what
s'mores yet.
athletic trainers want, we will get it for them.
No
So
s'mores yet.
that's super cool, and I think that's the kind of people that you're working with here. They're going to bend over backwards to make you happy, and if s'mores make you happy, Kinematic Company is going to make you happy.
And you know what makes Chad happy?
S'mores.
S'mores and hot chocolate.
Absolutely. Secondly,
gosh, yeah.
secondly, she did say they're very proud of the fact that they are built by athletic trainers, and they are reaching out to athletic trainers in all these different sports to kind of say, hey, what are your needs? Can we make this thing different for different sports? For a football player versus a soccer player versus a rugby player versus a lacrosse player.
Yep.
A lacrosse athlete. Maybe they won't put this on the sideline of, I don't know, tennis. I don't know. But they're willing, if you work in these sports and say, look, this is what I need, they'll work on it for you.
Listen, go to kinematicccompany.com, fill out their contact us form, and you'd like to be in touch with their team. Their inbox and phone lines are always open. I don't know if they should have said that because a lot of people are going to call them now. That's really dangerous. Okay.
Well,
but they said it. They're always open. They want awesome athletic trainers like this audience. They want the people in our audience to call them and tell them what's up. I don't know if they know what they're getting into. Do they know what they're getting themselves into?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, could you imagine?
Gets the people going.
Oh,
here's the thing.
Hannah's going to call and she's going to have something to say that's raunchy. And
Can we get a cargo? Can we get a cargo tent? Can we get the tent made out of cargo?
Can you make that one in khaki?
Khaki. You know what, Morgan? If you guys can make one khaki tent, game over.
Game over.
I have a big sneeze
Hiking
coming.
pants.
That's going to be good for.
That's always good for an ad read.
You know, if you do reach out to them, let them know you heard about them on this show, though.
Please do. Please do. They've been a great partner with us. Go for it. Jesus Christ. Wowie. Jesus. Airborne.
It's good podcasting. We're going to need a tent to shield the spray.
Do us a favor. You reach out to them. You want to learn more about all their products, the Sideliner, and everything else that is on their website, kinematicccompany.com. They have a bunch of great stuff coming out. And just mention that you heard about them on good old Candid Athletic Training.
Absolutely.
You know? Love you.
Okay, so this week's featured topic is courtesy of my clumsiness. Yesterday, I was at the field in the morning. I spilt a little bit, not a lot, of my hot chocolate in my kit. I spent a good 5 minutes just kind of cleaning it up. I was a little bit more devastated about the loss of hot chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
But still, I was thinking, man, spilling in your kit sucks. What's the worst thing that you could spill in your kit? And we put it up on social media. We got a ton of responses. But I wanted to ask you, Kevin, have you ever spilled or had something break in your kit? And what's the worst case scenario?
There were things I remember with my kit or like the travel trunks, I'm thinking specifically, that I would tape like a mummy and then put it in a plastic bag and then tape the bag and then put it in another plastic bag and then seal it in some other box and then put it in the trunk because I didn't want it to break open and destroy everything else in that trunk. The number one thing I think of, we had a door. So on one of our travel trunks, the door opened one side was all like just drawers, and we had a lot of like our neoprene and things like that. But then the door itself was a lot of the over-the-counter stuff, all these little bins of over-the-counter, Advil, Tylenol, all that stuff. And then there was these 2 slots on the door still that we put all of our counter things. So the counter things being the hot creams, salves, like
The balms.
all the balms, right? But we had 2 balms. One that was like in a pump.
Oof.
That was a
Danger.
So danger for sure, Will Robinson. That one could break, or it could like leak, whatever. And so I would usually tape that one shut. But that one wasn't the biggest deal in the world because it was called Super Blue. Like, you know what? If it got on stuff, you could get it off. You know, use a little alcohol.
You could get it off?
Oh yeah, you could. And it came out all blue. It was weird. But we had something called hot cheese.
No, you did not.
We did.
That's not a real product, is it? Hot cheese?
It's not a real product. We just called it the hot cheese.
Oh, okay. I was like, I've never heard of hot cheese.
It was a prescription strength, like hot cream, right? And it was honestly on the label, it had every warning of like, Jesus Christ, don't touch your eyes, don't touch this, don't touch any other private area. And it was pure capsaicin, I believe.
Sure.
And this stuff was hot. Now, the only thing we had it in was a jar, a typical screw top, like jar, probably like the size of the coffee mug.
Yep.
Now, when you're thinking about things traveling,
That
things
coffee
moving,
mug?
that one or maybe that. I mean, it wasn't quite that same shape.
This is a nice coffee mug.
It is a nice coffee mug. Yeah, get yourself
a
one of
coffee
those.
mug.
Get 2 of them. Fuck it.
I mean, you get a discount if you become a member.
I've experienced that spilling or getting on other stuff, and this stuff was so hot that it stained things. But then 2, when there's no way you could have cleaned it up good enough that you would go back to that area without wearing gloves. Like 3 weeks later, you'd be like, I am not touching that spot because I might have to go to the bathroom in 5 hours, and that's not going to be fun at all.
That's tough.
So that's what I thought of first when you were talking about stuff that like spilled in your kit. Was that the hot cheese, man?
Hot
cheese.
All right.
Some other stuff will come to me for sure.
All right, here we go. You like any of these?
Ultrasound gel sucks.
So Cargo said Gold Bond medicated powders. Everything smelled like menthol, and it was hard to grip because it was all covered in powder. How hard was it to grip, Hannah?
Yeah, really. Jeez.
Didn't hate the smell, though. It covered up the smell of the stinky athletes around me. Leanne said, had a coach who had an unopened canned strawberry cream soda. She dropped it and sprayed all over my kit. It was a sticky mess. That's tough.
That's also what she said.
A can of Nitro Tan.
What?
Leaked in it, black and yellow goo everywhere.
I don't know what that is.
I don't either.
Look it up.
Full 10-gallon of lemon. How do you dump a full 10-gallon of lemon lime Gatorade in your kit? Freshly made Gatorade for Victoria. Sticky for months. Chris challenged me. He said, you were drinking hot chocolate on an 85-degree day?
Nitro Tan? Is that what it was? Nitro Tan?
Nitro Tan.
Oh.
Nitrotan. Chris, I do drink hot chocolate even in the warm weather. Because I'm not a coffee drinker. But yeah. It's my jam.
It's racing fuel.
Huh? Spill that in your kit.
Oil. I mean, it's racing. What do you got racing fuel in your freaking kit for?
Need for speed. Shake and bake, baby. NMS Sports Medicine said, when I still had a soft-sided bag in daily use, my son put a bag of sunflower seeds in it. Not fully zipped.
No. 2 different things.
Hold on a second. So we had seeds in a kit. It opened. I then put said bag in my garage for a few days. In that time span, a mouse decided that my kit was its new home because of all the sunflower seeds in the kit.
You know what mice leave behind?
Janelle Christensen said, I never spilled anything, but my kit was left out at the football field. I asked the coach to bring it in, and they forgot. The next day, I brought it in the locker room, and a mouse was in it. Made the football players try and get it out. Dylan said, iodine.
Iodine's bad.
Jason Dandino said, had an athlete using baby powder to help put on the celly brace. Athlete put the
Oh.
powder back in the kit without closing the top. Open later, find the baby powder absolutely everywhere. I've done that. That kind of sucks.
Baby powder is always a bad one.
Booker's Bourbon.
Oh.
It's a celebration.
Oh.
My kit only liked the expensive shit.
I guess so.
Nikki Graham.
Oh.
TSA opened a bottle of Tylenol and Imodium, spilled all over, crushed half the pills. This is 3 years ago. Still vacuuming out and finding random pills. Molly Woods says a whole spray can of Biofreeze.
Oh, a whole can, huh?
Ben Patterson super glue bottle ruptured and leaked all over. Regina
tough.
Wright said I had a pack of gum explode in my fanny pack once.
At least with the super glue,
a
though,
pack of gum?
explode, which is weird. In your
Yeah.
fanny pack? I mean, I don't know how gum explodes.
Tough
But
skin, sunscreen.
at least with super glue, it's not like you could go back. You can't clean that up. It's just done. Like everything, it's just done. It's super glued forever.
Shut.
Nitro Tan.
Yeah.
Highly effective germicide.
Okay.
Formulated expressly for minor wounds and burns. It's like in a can, just like Tough Skin.
Okay. So it's a different.
I have
it's like
never
a
heard of this
yeah,
before.
No, we'll have to give it a try.
The 4-way action reduces pain, checks capillary bleeding, promotes healing, and aids in the prevention of an infection. This sounds like a miracle drug. Why isn't everybody using it? Should just be
Probably super expensive.
Let's just drink this stuff right now. Holy cow.
You
know what I thought of?
Abby, that is you, huh? I thought it was you.
Abby.
NMS Sports.
I think I thought of one other thing that sucked when I spilled it, actually. I had a pack of gum melt in my back pocket. And it looked like you shit your pants, Zach. Wow. You just gave Chad the giggles, Zach. Congratulations. He lost it on that one.
It made me think of the commercial. I shit my pants. I shit my pants.
The commercials that says shit your
Wasn't
pants?
that like a Kmart when
I don't think so.
they were shipping when they
That's
first
the blue-
started shipping everything?
I shipped my pants.
And everyone
I
was like, I shit my pants. I shit my bed.
Let's put it this way. There's
You don't remember that commercial?
Kmart doesn't even exist anymore, I don't
know.
think.
Was that Kmart?
And you're
I don't
talking
know.
about when they first started shipping things, which was probably 2009. I had have you ever heard of benzoin tincture?
Yeah.
So, you know how it's brown and sticky, right? I had that spill on me one time. That was pretty bad. Cuz it's sticky. That was pretty tough. In my like bench kit. That was a bummer.
I don't think I've spilled too often.
No, I
the
haven't
baby
spilled too
the
often.
baby powder burst once. I remember that. Seeds can be whatever.
Yeah, whatever. They're seeds.
Seeds.
If
You'll find
if
them
a
years
mouse
later,
comes
but
in,
like
yeah, sure.
yeah. And then the hot chocolate was kind of the worst one yesterday. And like
That's a bad one.
like Zach said, I'll drink hot chocolate any day. IDGAF. Amen, brother.
I mean, if I would have spilled my coffee in my kit, I'd probably be more upset that my coffee was spilled, though.
Yeah, it was the lack of
Not-
hot chocolate. It was
yeah.
Quick Trip, and it's a new flavor that I've been like the last month. Quick Trip is just like a northern thing, I believe.
No.
Quick Trip is not nationwide.
Oh, yeah. It's not nationwide. No, Quick Trip is a Wisconsin
It's a
thing.
Wisconsin thing.
It's definitely
like
a Wisconsin
our
thing.
man. It is the best gas station up here
It
in
is.
Wisconsin.
If you haven't been to a Quick Trip, oof.
They have. It's like
how much would you
it's
have?
the best hot chocolate I've ever.
Could you imagine going on the road and when you have to stop at some stupid in the middle of nowhere gas station and you actually walked into a Quick Trip? I mean, you would eat just fine. If they could have Quick Trips in every minor league baseball city, that would be a really good idea.
Yeah,
Really good idea.
they would crush.
Some of their food is actually better than restaurants.
Zach just said, "I've heard many good things about Quick Trip. I need to go there.
Take a trip,
Take a
bud.
destination.
Take a trip.
They have reservation policy though.
Yes,
You should call
yes,
ahead
they
of
do.
time.
Yes, make sure you can get a table by the window in the non-smoking section, please.
I also highly recommend their cream donuts. Oh
Ooh. I don't like cream. Like cream filled?
no,
Oh,
it's just like a. It's almost like a. I don't even know how to
it's a
explain.
cream donut.
No, it's just like a cake donut, but with like
Oh.
a cream, like not necessarily frosting, but like a cream
Glaze.
glaze.
Okay.
It's really good.
All right. Cool.
Anyways, that's a fun topic. Thank you
Yeah.
all for participating in that. We appreciate it. As always, we try and put those things up on Candid_ATC, which is our social media. It's really fun when you guys can contribute to the show. It's part of the reason why we want everyone to become members, because we love to do more segments like that.
That we do.
So, fun times, Kevin.
I think fun times. Should we close it up?
Yeah. Well, thank you to Healthy Roster, the official sponsor of the Candid Athletic Training Podcast. Thank you to Kidmatic Company. Thank you to Brew Fitness MKE. Without you all, this isn't really possible. Don't forget to go over to www.candidathletictraining.com. Get yourself a membership. $250 in coupons plus more. We are continuing to look for companies to align ourselves with. So you will, if you're a member, is going to keep paying off for you.
That it will.
So
we're going to make it easier and easier for you to get discounts on all the stuff you love. Just let us know what you want to get discounts on. Or let us know if you know anybody that wants to give out a discount.
Yep.
We'll
Aaron Rodgers, the discount double check, even though he wants out of here.
He wants out of here. We haven't talked to him about it in a long time, so maybe we'll talk to him. We'll see what's up, and then tune in next week so we can give you all the details.
Yep. And tune in next week because we're doing Arrested Development.
Yeah, we are. All right.
Everyone have a good week.
Bye.